Hi again, Attorney Steve Vonder. Welcome back. We are talking in this video about font infringement. Okay, so without further ado, let's head to the Attorney Steve litigation whiteboard. Okay, so we are talking in this video about font infringement. What is that? So your web designers, your marketing agencies, they're putting together these flyers. They may be putting together point of purchase materials. They may be putting together packaging, product packaging, things like that, that use various fonts. Okay, I'm not quite the font artist here, but you know what I mean. Different looks and feels to these fonts. These are all created by a designer, and oftentimes these will be copyrighted. So the different styles are creative works of authorship, so they're able to be copyrighted. And oftentimes the creators of these companies, the font designer, will go ahead and file these copyrights with the United States Copyright Office, okay? And so that will give them protection against somebody using a similar font or copying a font or not paying for the fonts, and will allow them to institute a copyright infringement action because registration of the copyright is a prerequisite to filing a federal lawsuit. So these companies, they develop time into their fonts. Normally they're going to be registered, and they're going to come with a license. So you may go to a website that will sell you 100 different fonts. They may come in packages. They may be independent fonts, like Times New Roman, Arial, and the hundreds, if not thousands of other fonts that are out there. And so you can come and you can buy these. Maybe it's $30, $40, $100, whatever the font is going for. And that font is going to come with a license. That license is going to tell you what you can do with the font, okay? You are going to be bound by contract law to this license, and exceeding the terms of the license. Some people say it's a breach of contract. Some people say it's copyright infringement. There's authority on both sides. But if you use the fonts outside the terms of the license, you could find yourself getting a cease and desist letter, DMC takedown notice to wherever you're hosting the fonts, and those kinds of things. So it can really screw you up. You put a lot of your money into your marketing, and then you get a cease and desist letter saying, take it all down, you're infringing, or pay me a bunch of money. So that's not the position you want to be in. So if you have a company, you always want to be checking if you have a marketing department or an agency down here that's handling it for you. Some companies are big enough, they have a legal, they have a in-house counsel. The in-house counsel needs to make sure that they have some policies and procedures. So they're making sure the fonts that you're using on your web, on your television, in your print, that these things are properly licensed and that the fonts are being used within the terms of the license, okay? So that's where you have your legal team. You can hire an outside law firm. Heck, we'll take a look at your licensing agreement if you need some help in that area. But you want to make sure that your agency or you or any designers that you use are using the proper fonts. As for the designers, you may want to make sure that you have an indemnification contract in place with, you may have an agency down here that's doing your work. You may have some small design company down here. You may want to make sure you have indemnification clauses in your contracts with these two agencies. And you may want to make sure that they're doing their due diligence and indemnifying you. That's the word, indemnification. That means if your company gets sued, you sue them, you tender the defense to these companies and you say it's your fault. You didn't follow the license. Now, what do I mean by following the license? Okay, so I'll just give you an example, not using fonts, but it's the same principle. So I buy photos for my website, okay? So when I buy these photos, it's through Adobe. I pay for them. The license says you may get a standard license, okay? And that may mean that I can use it on my website, or I can use it on my blogs, or for some real basic purposes. But the license may also say if you want to use it commercially, like you want to take this photo and put it on a cereal box, or you're going to put it on some product packaging, well, you need to get the commercial license, which is oftentimes more expensive. It is more expensive. Or they may call it an upgrade, or they may call it an extended license. So you have to know how you're using these fonts or how you're using photos in your marketing, and you need to make sure you've got the right license, because if you don't, this company here can send you a cease and desist letter. They can do a DMCA takedown notice to anywhere this is hosted, if it's on Google or whatever, saying, hey, wait a second, they're infringing my fonts. So that's kind of a basic overview of font infringement. Again, it can lead to a copyright infringement action, could potentially lead to a breach of contract action. But again, you put all this money into it. You want to make sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. Yes, I know you got to get in and read the license. Yes, I know sometimes the licenses are confusing. But if you need help, you need a copyright lawyer to help you out, you can find out more information about us at attorneysteve.com. We are intellectual property lawyers, and I'd like to say we're the best. So anyway, check us out on the web. If you like this video, have any comments, questions, put them down in the box below. Give us a like, or even better, subscribe to our channel and join about 6,000 other people that are enjoying our legal videos. As we like to say, be smarter than your friends. Okay, Attorney Steve Vondran, this is not legal information. This is general legal information and not legal advice. Take care now. I got to get back to work. We'll see you again.